Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. So, y'all, I am watching Last Holiday. Chill time, but I'm watching this movie. And there's a message for somebody, okay? For y'all that don't know, in this movie, Queen Latifah is playing a woman who was working retail her entire life, and she basically put all of her dreams inside of a book and on the back burner because she just allowed life to move her until there's an accident at her job and she is given a false doctor report that tells her she only has a few weeks to live. She decides to quit her job. She goes and puts forth energy to live out her dream of going to this resort that she's always dreamed of going to. She gets to meet the chef that she has always loved watching and desired to meet. Um, she actually becomes friends with him. She gets to cook with him. And she basically has a life changing experience. And, even to the fact that the guy that she liked ended up following her there because he wanted to be with her, okay? Even if she didn't have long, okay? Towards the end of the movie, the doctor finds out that she's not really sick, but the machine was broken. And the doctor ends up letting her know that, it wasn't true. She doesn't only have a few weeks to live and that she'll be fine. And she, this experience, it changes her life. And, at the end of the movie, she decides to start her own restaurant. The chef that she's always admired is supporting her, and it's kind of like she ends up getting married to the guy that she always dreamed of getting married to. But so while she's there, she is basically work like there, and the guy that she worked for is there, the big head of the company. He is there. She ends up telling his mistress that he's going to end up having a bad fourth quarter. He doesn't understand how she knows this. Now, she knows this because she knows from her manager telling her that her department is the only reason that the company is still making the money that they're making. And her quitting is going to hurt the company. So she knows because she quit, he's going to have a bad fourth quarter. He is thinking that she's a spy or she works for a competitor, and and he decides to take it upon himself to come against her. Like every time she wants to do something, he has to do it. And he's competing with her about this, competing with her about that. And he goes as far as to pay, I think she's a maid or something like that, to go through her stuff to find out who she is. And, the maid ends up finding a letter that she wrote letting, basically saying that, in the note, she was basically saying that she planned on, just in case something happened to her while she was at the hotel. And it changes the maid's heart because before he asked her to do that, she was saying she thinks that she's a fraud. And, it's so funny to me that, she says this, and I got a notification too. It's so hilarious to me because what is she pretending to be? She had never, throughout the movie, at no point in time does she act as if she's something that she's not. She didn't say that she had some big time job. She literally said, I worked in retail for several years. She isn't trying to act like she's better. Like, she was literally just being herself. So for someone, you are literally being yourself. You are not playing at anything. You are not faking at anything. You are being who you are. Okay? You are being who you are. Regardless if you're the kind of person you give people advice. And even when she was giving people advice, the advice she was giving was real advice and genuine advice. Okay? Just like she let the woman know, this is why your neck is hurt, that you need to stop messing with that berry bed. Okay? She was giving real, honest advice. Okay? For somebody, you have been giving real honest advice to somebody, or you are just living your life in such a way like you are basically being yourself. You're not trying to affect anybody. You're not trying to rub off on anybody. But there is someone that is so bothered by you simply being who you are. There is someone that is so frustrated by you doing, like, I just feel like whatever it is that you do, like, they are frustrated by it. They are so irritated. They are so annoyed. They just cannot stand that you are who you are and you are doing what you are doing. And they are working tirelessly, relentlessly, trying to figure out some kind of way to say that you are not being honest and you're literally being yourself. They are trying to find some kind of way to say that you are fraud. And the crazy thing, like, it's so funny to me because it's like how you cannot be a fraud at being yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like for whoever this, you're being yourself. You're not going about trying to act like you somebody else. You are not, it will be different. Like, there are some people that will like literally try to they had a problem with people on Facebook. So that there are people that will like steal your pictures and try to play like they're you on Facebook and try to befriend people that and stuff like, crazy people do stuff like that. But I just feel like for whoever you are, you're not doing that. And this is somebody, regardless if they feel like they're being competitive with you. So maybe they feel like y'all are in the same field. Like maybe you're a makeup artist, they're a makeup artist, or you dance and they dance, or you are a house mom, they a house mom, whatever it is. Like, y'all do the same thing. And this person is thinking in their head that they got to figure out some kind of way to put you on blast because you just got to be a fraud and you got to be fake. But you are being yourself. They have got it fixed in their head that you copying them and you bopping off of them and you trying to steal this and you trying to steal that. But you ain't doing nothing to them. You are doing what you are supposed to. You are doing what you're supposed to do. You being yourself. You're not trying to pretend like you them. You're not trying to act. This is not an act. This is not a game. This is real life. Okay. And this person is like wishing all kind of evil up on you. They are wishing all kind of harm up on you. They want all these awful, terrible things to happen to you because how dare you be yourself? Okay, how dare you be yourself? And they are so bothered by the fact that you have whatever gift that you have, and God has called you to be whatever it is God has called you to be. God has called you to do whatever God has called you to do, and they just feel so threatened by you. They are so threatened that they are going out their way. And I'm being reminded of the part where he gave that lady money to go through her things, which in reality, I believe that's against the law. I don't know if it's lawful for them to do that while you're staying at a hotel, given that's a hotel in a different country. But I don't think, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is somebody, they paying people to do all kind of backhanded stuff to try to find you out and try to figure out who you are. And you just got to be fake and you got to be doing this and you faking that and you faking this. But the scripture comes from Isaiah 15. A prophecy against Moab. Ar in Moab is ruined, destroyed in a night. Ker in Moab is ruined, destroyed in a night. The bun goes up to its temple, to its high places to weep. Moab wails over Nebo and Medeba. Every head is shaved, every beard cut off. In the streets they wear sackcloth, on the roofs and in the public squares they all wail prostrate with weeping. Okay, so here's the message. This person has been wishing evil upon you. This person has been wishing harm upon you. This person has been really hoping and praying and begging God that something awful will happen to you. And they are so headstrong in believing that you are not who you are, and believing that you got to be faking, and believing that it can't be true, and believing that it can't be so. God has asked them time and time again to leave you alone. God said he is coming against them. Everything they wishing on you is going to happen to them. And what they have wished upon you, it will not come to pass. They wasting their time, they wasting their money. God is not going to punish you for being yourself. And you know, the saddest thing about this is this message. This person does not realize how ugly they are when they are being competitive with you, how nasty they are when they are being competitive with you, and how it looks on them, because it don't look good. And I'm, you know, in this movie, while this man is being so competitive with her, at the end of the movie, he decides that, you know, he wants to hurt himself because everybody finds out why she is at the hotel, and that, you know, she found out something about her health, and she just wanted to live her life to the fullest. And, you know, it turns out that he was being a jerk. And in reality, you know, regardless if she was just deciding that she wanted to live her life to the fullest, or if she was still working for him and decided she wanted to take herself on a vacation, he was being a jerk. You know, I like, the whole time I'm watching this movie, it was very frustrating to me, because I used to work retail. You know, when I was in my 20s, I worked retail. And I don't care who you are. Okay, if I have something to say, I would say it. I'm not finna hold my tongue for nobody. Ain't nobody like, baby, please. And what was so frustrating to me is that they just assumed that she had to be this or she had to be that, and she had to be this to have an opinion to them, or to speak to them, or to say something. Like, and in her mind, she was never trying to come off like she was somebody that she wasn't. She came off just as who she was. And she had an opinion, and she spoke her mind about her opinion. And, you know, I just feel like for whoever you are, you don't like that. You don't have to explain yourself to nobody. You don't have to have some kind of medal or some kind of certificate for you to be who you are, and, you know, and do the things that you do. Everybody got to start somewhere. And I just feel like this is somebody, they coming at you, and they trying to come at you real strong. They trying to make you feel like you are not qualified to do what you're doing. You're not qualified to be in the position that you're in. You shouldn't be there. And they trying to figure out, they trying to go through all the files that they can to get you put out of whatever position, or whatever position God called you to be in. They look at you and they feel like you should not be doing what you are doing, and you should not be who you are, and you should not be able to do. And they gotta call somebody, and they gotta find something out, and they gotta look this up, and they need to look that up, and they need to post this and post that, because they gotta expose you, and they gotta let everybody know, and they gotta make sure everybody know. In reality, they are exposing themselves. You have every right to be yourself. You have every right to do whatever it is God has called you to do. And even if it is a situation like, you don't have to be a pastor. You could literally just wake up one day and decide that you want to be a model. Or you wake up one day and you decide you want to be a hairdresser. You wake up one day and you decide you're going to be a business owner. Like, everybody got to start from somewhere. And just because you are just starting doesn't mean that you are making something up in your mind. It doesn't mean you're living in a fairy tale world. It doesn't mean that you pulled this up out the sky and that you're being a fraud. It means that you are just starting out on this new journey that you are living, that you are starting. Everybody got to start from somewhere. Everybody got to start from somewhere. I'm being reminded of how the other day I was watching the history of the Hershey Company. And, you know, I did not know or realize that the man who created Hershey grew up very poor. Not only did he grow up very poor, he was bankrupt twice before he finally successfully got the company to grow. And then the first company where he made his first million wasn't even chocolate. And he failed twice. His family gave up on him. The banks didn't even want to loan this man money no more. And I'm saying this to say, whoever this person is, don't pay them no mind. Because that all they doing is talking. All they doing the devil work. That's what they doing. They doing Satan work for him. They doing Satan work for him and putting forth every amount of energy that they can into trying to stop you from accomplishing your dream. It don't have nothing to do with them. It's none of their business. And in reality, it's no need for them to feel as though they need to come and get in your way. Like I said, they got a competitive spirit. That spirit is not of God. God does not tell us that we need to be competing with everybody. God does not tell us that we need to be fighting with people over money. God says the love of money is the root of all evil. And that is the only thing that will make somebody think in their mind, they doing what I'm doing. I got to stop them. And why are they thinking that? Because they think that by you doing the same thing that they're doing, that you're going to be taking money out their pocket. But it is not right for them to be trying to make you feel like you're doing something wrong because you are starting something new, or you are changing your life around. Ain't nothing wrong with change. It's nothing wrong with wanting to better yourself. It's nothing wrong with whatever it is that you're doing. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.